So here at Escalon High, we have a couple different pathways within the emergency response world. So we have our EMT pathways, we have EMT 1 and EMT 2, where students will come in and they'll learn everything that it takes to work on the ambulance, pre-hospital care, and then we're also working on transitioning a little bit into some actual hospital care as well. So those are typically our freshmen, sophomores, they'll come in and they'll partake in those events. And then we have our Fire Science 1 and Fire Science 2 for our typically our juniors and seniors.
I want to continue the fire program. I want to be a firefighter, so I'm going to go to the fire academy after graduation, hopefully as soon as I can. And being in the EMS program for 4 years, it's like really helped me. Like everyone I've talked to outside of the program and who's been through the program, who is also continuing the fire route, has told me it's like helps them a lot. It's really good for them, and you're a step ahead already when they get out.
We've been very fortunate to have some local agencies donate a large amount of gear. All of that stuff there has been, a massive community effort, as well as local partners, and of course some grant funding that we've been able to apply for. But just be able to give those kids those tools to actually touch and see and feel. Because we could talk about it on a PowerPoint, I could show them videos, but when they're touching it and they're getting their hands in it, it really inspires them, to hopefully go down these paths and become, first responders in the future.
I think the first time we got to breathe oxygen through our SCBAs was like, wow, this is cool. Like, this feels real. Like, we got to strap on our SCBAs, put the mask on, you breathe pure oxygen. It feels weird, but you're like, wow, this is like real life. It kind of clicked that this is like a future that I want to do, and it was cool.
CTE pathways and classes are really important for students. They're able to learn skills and make connections to community, as well as make connections to content that will equip them with the skills that they're going to need to have to be a productive citizen in our world.
Some of the career pathways that are covered in the health science pathway are nursing, doctors, physical therapists, sports medicine, veterinary assistants.
So I'm trying to be an ICU nurse and then later apply to a CRNA program and go ahead and work over there.
I want to be a Navy nurse. That's the job that I want to be when I'm older, or I wanted to be like a crime scene investigator or a nursing teacher, just like Miss Beeler, but I've never told her that.
The most rewarding part of it is when they work in industry and they move their schedule around, because you as their educator are coming in for a procedure and they want to be the person to take care of you. And it's just amazing to know that you built that foundation for students that are actually going to be working out in industry and be productive members of society.
In our CTE classes, kids aren't asking, why am I learning this? It's evident why you're learning how to do CPR in a health skills class. It's very apparent why you're learning about the ethics of business. And so when we provide those opportunities to students, we really are taking that one student into account when we're advising them of classes and of postgraduate planning.
At Delta Charter, we have 8 different CTE pathways. We have 3 different ag pathways: agri-science, horticulture, and floral. And then we also have an EMT pathway, a fire science pathway, a music production pathway, a video production pathway, and a game design pathway.
I'm just super proud of the way Delta Charter has accepted and valued our agriculture department and its students and its teachers. They come every single day, morning and night, to feed, water, brush, walk their animal. That includes weekends, holidays, and school breaks. They are out here taking care of their animal. So that's a lot of the responsibility that they have gained, and they've just made so many improvements since getting their animals this year.
I found that students that participate in CTE pathways have a lot of the skills that employers are looking for. They're very good at communication. They're very good at problem solving. So a lot of those things that you hear employers saying that students are leaving high school and they're unable to do, students that participate in CTE pathways have those skills because they've learned them through their courses.
I feel that I have grown a lot. I have learned so many leadership skills that I know will help me in my future. I have learned a lot of communication skills, public speaking. I used to not be great at public speaking, but being in communications and taking on those public speaking contests has really helped me a lot, and I know that those are things that will help me in the future.
I've noticed that our CTE classes are not filled with any single type of student. Because they're so hands-on and project-based, CTE is just good for every kid.
Our CTE course, the one.Culinary program, tries to focus on every aspect of the culinary field. They learned everything from cleanliness to food preparation to budgeting, waiter and waitressing, hosts and hostesses. We work catering events, vending events, and restaurant-style in-house events. So we're trying to teach them everything that we can possible.
Being in this classroom, I immediately, as soon as I went in, I was learning how to chop, I was learning how to cook, I was just learning everything hands-on, and I just love that so much because you don't really get that anywhere else, and I appreciate that.
Well, I've learned a lot about cooking. Obviously, I've learned a lot of kitchen skills. I've also learned how to problem solving if there's any issues in the kitchen or with people.
CTE and being in the culinary program is completely different than being in a traditional classroom. It gives them the opportunity to be hands-on, work with each other to overcome obstacles, and learn skills that they're going to be able to use outside of school and in the working environment and when they're at home with their families.
It's given me extra responsibilities outside of school, and I feel like it's a little bit stressful, but I feel like that's helped me and benefited me because in real life you have multiple responsibilities, and I feel like that's just showing me how to keep up and stay on task.
I'm very confident in my skills to cook. I'm very confident in recipes because I went home and I've cooked them myself. I feel really confident in serving because I do it so often while I'm with Mr. Spear, and I feel like in general, I just know, if I ever wanted to pursue culinary, I know that I could and I would never have an issue with it.